Hey, I'm Matt, I'm a front-end engineer at Datum. I've been helping the team build out Datum Cloud for the past few months, so it seems only fitting that I be the person to give you a quick demo on how to get started. I'll be recording all these sections live, so hopefully it'll give you a really good indicator on how quick and hopefully easy it is to get started with Datum. To start, you have to create an account. We offer Google and GitHub authentication, but for this demo I'm going to use my Google account. Once you're signed up, it usually takes about 30 seconds for us to verify your account. This is just to check for any fraud and abuse. Once you're in, you'll notice we've automatically created you an organisation. This is your own sandbox for your own usage and your own projects. If you wanted to add team members to an organisation, you'd have to create a new one. So to do that, you just click Create Organisation, and let's call it Demos. Once that one's created, you'll be put into this project screen. From here, you can go to the left-hand menu, click Team, and then you can invite a member. I'm going to invite Jacob to this organisation, and I'll give him access to everything. So once that invitation is sent, it will show up on this screen and you can revoke the invitation or you can resend it if you need to. From here, you can also go into your organisation settings. You can change the name if you need to, delete the organisation, see what quotas you have remaining for that organisation, and also any activity that's happened on that organisation as well. Now it's time to create your first project. So to do that, we'll click Create Project. We'll give it a really easily identifiable name. Let's use Demo Project. Hit Confirm, and then we'll be in business. Inside your project is where all the magic happens. From here, you'll be able to add your domains, migrate your DNS, create an AI edge, export your metrics to Grafana, and many other things. First things first is we'll want to add our domain. So to do that, we'll navigate to our project, navigate to domains, and then click Add Domain. You do have the option to also bulk add domains, so you can do that by typing them in with a comma or a new line. You can also import a file as well. But for this one, we're just going to simply add a single domain, and that will be matthewjenkinson-demos.dev. Then let's click Add to add that one. You can either verify your domain name manually or automatically. Once you've done the verification step, you can come back here and you should see that the status will be turned to verified. So now that that domain's verified, I also want to transfer the DNS to Datum as well. So to do that really easily, you can just click this Transfer to Datum button here. That's going to open up this dialog and pre-fill the zone name with the domain name that you were on. So I'm going to go ahead and click Create. We're going to do some discovery on your DNS. To try and find all the records associated with it. You can choose to import these if you like. You can either select them all or you can pick the ones you want. For this demo, I'm just going to skip here. So once your DNS zone has been created, you'll be presented with this DNS records screen. That just shows you everything that is in that DNS zone currently. If you come over to the name servers tab, you'll see this handy note suggesting that you move your name servers to DNS as well. If you want Datum to have full control over your DNS, you're going to need to do this step, so I will do that now. Okay, so our name servers have been refreshed now, and you can see that they are associated with Datum. So we now have full control over this DNS zone. Next, I want to make sure I'm able to keep track of all my domains, DNS records, and everything else associated with this project. So to do that, I'm going to come over to the Metrics tab. We're going to create an export policy, and then we're going to use the Grafana Cloud export. So once we're in this dialog, if you don't already have a Grafana Cloud account, you can just click this link to create one. I already know my Grafana Cloud instance, so I'm just going to pop it in here. Next, you'll be taken to this screen where you need to copy this link into Grafana Cloud. That's going to take you to this page where you can scroll to the bottom and then create a new API token. So we're just going to do test token, if I can type, to create a token. Then that's going to give you a small piece of YAML, which you need to come back over to Datum Cloud and paste in. Once you've done that, you'll be all set. Next, I want to be able to protect my application and assign the domain name that we imported earlier. So to do that, I'm going to come over to AI Edge and then we'll create a new one. So we'll give it a name. This one I'm going to call it Portfolio. and then the address. And then we'll hit create. Once that one's done provisioning, we'll be able to add a custom hostname. So to do that, you just come down to edit hostnames, click add a hostname, and you can see that it's given us a handy suggestion on what to give that hostname. So we'll just click that one, and then it's going to give us portfolio.matthewjenkinson-demos.dev, which, if you'll remember, is the domain name that we imported and assigned the DNS zone to earlier. So if we click save to assign that one. So once that's been added and the DNS is propagated, you'll see everything's green. We can then copy that domain name, paste it into our browser, and you can see that you can now reach the website at the hostname that you provided. Finally, if you want to expose your localhost to the internet, you can quickly and easily do that via Datum Tunnels and our desktop app. So to do that, if you haven't already installed the application, you can come over to connectors. Here you'll see this handy download for macOS button. You can click that and it's going to take you over to our download section of the website. You can either install via Homebrew or direct download. For this demo, I'm just going to download it directly. Once you've downloaded the application and signed in, you'll then be able to expose a localhost application to the internet. So to do that, we would just want to come in here, create a new one. Let's give it a name. Let's just call it localhost. And then I have an application running on localhost port 3000. You're going to click create a tunnel. It's then going to go and provision a tunnel for you and provision you with a Datum proxy hostname. Once that one's provisioned across our network, you'll be able to reach that application via the hostname that we provide for you, which you can see it's done there. You'll also be able to see that that's created this connector on the connectors page, and then you can also come in to the AI edge and also see the AI edge that's associated with that tunnel as well. And that's it, just a super quick tour of Datum and everything you could do with it. Let us know what you think as you get in and play with it, and we'll catch you next time.